Hey guys, what's going on here? It's Mike Jr. and welcome back to another video. In this video today is going to be a tips and tricks video on For Honor. And this is recommended to TDG297 because he told me to make this video so that way, well, he's still new to For Honor. But today I'm going to teach you guys how to use the easier characters from Vanguard into other stuff. So without further ado, let's get to today's video. So for the first character we're going to be using today is Warden. Warden is a Vanguard and one of the most easiest characters that anyone could possibly start off as a new character. So without further ado, let us get to the moveset. Alright, we're going to be moving on to the movesets of Warden, and Warden's movesets are very simple. Warden has a double light / heavy, and this is on the top of the thing called Vanguard's Avenge. Basically what this move does is basically when you do a double light into a heavy, but you could do a little bit of a smooth idea, double light, and then you could feint. With the feint, it's also with the circle button on your controller on PlayStation or B on Xbox. Or on PC, I don't know because I haven't played PC. So the other one is called Guardian's Assist, or yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna say whatever I want. I'm way too tired. But this is the zone for Warden. The Warden zone is simple. You press R1 and R2 at the same time, or LT, or RT, or LT. No, what is it? No, it's RT and R2. I don't fucking know how Xbox works, but you get what I mean. This is Warden Zone, and you could pretty much... I fucked it up. Alright, so this is Warden Zone. As far as you noticed, you cannot do it from the left guard. The Warden Zone will only be on the right guard. So you gotta usually mix up a couple combos. Usually what I do is, I usually feint the top and go to a top light, and then usually do that. But, this is another ability called Warden's Wrath, which is basically a double heavy. It's basically like a double heavy you could just turn into, and it's like that. Turn into a top unblockable. And this unblockable, you can feint it by also pressing circle or B on the controller on any console or PC when you, whatever the PC button is. Alright guys, so we're going to be moving on to another character. But before I do, I'm going to give you some natural advice with these characters that I'm going to be showing you in this video. I may not give the best advice, but if I don't give the best advice, let me know what I've missed, and I'll do it in the next video for part 2 for the hardest character. Okay guys, I am back, and the next character we're going to be using today is Orochi, a samurai. Even knowing that the character system is hard, he's still an easier character for simple of reasons. But I'll take you guys in a video and I will show you guys how it's done. Okay guys, we're going to be moving on to Orochi, which is, like I said, one of the other samurai characters that I'll be putting in this video. So we got a simple Orochi thing here. So you does also notice that your guard moves away fast. It's because you're an assassin character. You're not supposed to be minting to guard. But we're going to be teaching you how to do his movesets, and I'm only going to show you these movesets at the top. The rest you guys can look on y'all's movesets in the game. So what this is, crosswind slices, is just a triple light. It's just a triple light. That's all it is. But you can keep spamming the light button to get some damage. So this is Orochi's zone. Nope. Orochi's zone. You could do it from the top, or you could do it from the left or right guard. It's simple. And this is Cyclone Slices. You turn 2 lights into a heavy, and that does some really, really good damage. As you can tell, I do have the damage indicator on, so that way you guys can see how much damage that does. But here's another thing that I'll teach you, is a deflect. But a deflect I'm only going to show you for the top guard. So we're going to get into the deflect. Okay, so a deflect is simple. You have to start waiting for your person's guard to be on the same as yours, and you can dodge it simply on the same side that the opponent is hitting on. I'm trying to dodge, guys. I'm trying to deflect. It's really hard for me. Nope, that's the wrong side. Well, you usually got to start dodging when the opponent is on the side of you. I'm trying to get an example, but I can't. Hold on, guy. There we go. So you have to do the same dodge as the same. What I meant to say was, is the same guard as your opponent attacking. It can be hard for some people, but eventually, when you're getting used to it, it will make sure that you can pull it off. But guys, we're gonna move on to another character. Like I said, guys, you can look at the move list for other combos. All right, I'm gonna see you guys later. Okay, guys, another samurai I'll be putting in this video is Kensei. Kensei is one of the most easiest samurai characters, in my opinion, to be used. And like I said, in the opinion of these heroes, these are all just in my opinion. So if you disagree with me, then I don't care. Put it in the comment section below. But without further ado, we're gonna go and look at Kensei's moves. Okay, guys, we're gonna be learning the basic moves of Kensei. Like I said, guys, Kensei is one of the most easiest characters to possibly use in the game. Like I said, this is just in my opinion. But we're gonna get on to the moveset so I can stop talking. So the movesets that Kensei has here is simple. You could, like Orochi, you can go for a triple light like Orochi. And also like another Orochi move, you can do it into a heavy. But here's another thing. For the form of the dragon, you can do a one and double heavy. You can choose to feint it or you can let it go. But some people will usually let it go on a wall splat. If you get a wall splat, you could definitely put this into good use. You could put this unblockable into good use for many reasons, because in a wall splat you can get free damage. So if you do this, you can usually feint it, but yeah. So for Kensei's zone, I'm trying to do his zone, is like a little side twist or like a little ballerina move. You could choose to feint it, you can feint his zone, or you could just sit there and let it go if your opponent doesn't know how to parry. Which I'll also be teaching you guys in this video. So Kensei's moves are very simple. There is also this move that people love to spam a lot in For Honor now these days with this hero. It's basically you just press dodge or X or whatever the button is on your controller. I'm guessing it's A or something on Xbox. I don't know. I'm not a good Xbox person when it comes to advice on this game because I've never played Xbox on here. Just console on PlayStation 4. Alright guys, we're going to move on to a different character here. I'm sorry guys, I'm not giving the best advice, but this is just the basics. For the hard characters, I'm going to be putting in a lot more work into it. But I'll catch you guys for the next character. Okay guys, we're going to move on to another character, which is one of my personal favorites, and one of my first mains in the game, is Raider. The Glee Viscatapita Raider. Hope you guys find these tricks or stuff helpful when you do play the game and get used to the game. I know it's not the best advice, but I'm doing everything I can. So, sorry guys for not giving you the best advice ever. But I'm going to teach you a lot of things that I can in this video. So guys, we're going to move on to Raider's skill sets now and wondering how he plays. Okay guys, so the next player that I'm going to be showing you guys here is Raider. Raider, one of my favorite mains in this game. So for Raider, it's very simple. You got the double light into heavy, which does massive damage. And also from the Raider rework that was previously that happened for Raider, is he has hyper armor on his heavies, so you could just let heavies go to get damage. And the dodge into light is a poke on the face. But back then, before Raider's rework with this ability, it would be used to stun them and it would be used to blind their screens. But that doesn't work anymore because of the rework of the update. So what I'm going to teach you guys here is his zone, which is an unblockable. You could sometimes let it go, but usually when you do a guard break, you usually do the unblockable. Because when you do the guard break, you cannot get a heavy all the time from this guard break. Sometimes opponents are way too good for it, and you can't even get a heavy after a guard break anyways. Or some characters you can, and some characters you can't. This is what happens when you try to spam zone. He'll just make you do the stun tap. But like I said, guys, we're gonna move on to a different character now because of some reasons. We're gonna move on to two more certain characters, in my opinion, that are easy, and we're gonna move on to the parry basics of the game. See you guys in a minute. Okay, guys, we're gonna move on to another easy character now, and this character is Blackfriars. Blackfriars is part of the Knights faction, and he is an easier character as well, just in my opinion. Alright guys, we're going to move on to his movesets now, and skills, and see what he can do. Okay guys, the next character we'll be using here is Blackfriars. He is a Knights, like I said, he is a part of the Knights faction, and he's a heavy. So, for Blackfriars, you can dodge at square, or whatever other controller it is, to shield bash. You could shield bash, and you can also get a light off this attack. You can usually feint your attack by pressing square. Well, I don't know how to do his shield bash because I don't play this character enough. So his zone is a little. I can't do it. It won't let me do it. There we go. His zone is a shield bash. Is another shield bash. Blackfriars got a lot of shield bashes to his movesets. He does. Alright, so the next thing is his stance. His stance, he could do many things. Many things, like if you do your stance and press R2 or RT, you could do your unblockable, which does like 39 damage. So, and that's another thing you could do. Or if the opponent, here, let me do an example real quick. I'm gonna put this on real quick. Guys, this is just gonna be for an example. If you do it and press the other button of the light button, if you press the light button at the same time before the enemy attacks, you can flip them in the air and do massive damage. This is the most brokenest move for Blackfriars, and Blackfriars can still be used and effective. Alright guys, we're going to move on to the last character now, and we're going to move on to the last simple bit of a movement. Parry. Okay guys, we're going to move on to another character now, and this character is Jorgamander. Whatever, I don't know how to pronounce the name. So we're going to move on to Jorgamander now, and we're going to move on to his skill sets and abilities. Alright guys, the next character now, the last character we'll be focusing on, is Jorgamander. And Jorgamander is a Viking, as always, and he was part of one of the new heroes from this update. So we have a lot of abilities. Oh, by the way, Jorgamander is one of my other favorite mains as well. But we're gonna move on to his abilities now, or to her abilities now. We're going to move on to simple basics. You could do a lot of things with this character. You can do a double light, which means that, I mean, Jorgamander's lights are kind of slow, but it's just fine. But if you do a light and a heavy, you could do an unblockable, which is an unblockable. And this is I'm not giving the best examples here, sorry. But what is it? You could do a chain light into top, or you could chain your heavy into a top light. And this is if you press back on one of your joysticks and square, or whatever other fucking button it is on Xbox, you could do his grab. His grab is just gonna drain out his stamina, and once you knock him, it's another move I was gonna put in there. So once this enemy out of stamina and you knock them on the ground by a guard break knockback or this grab, once they're knocked down on the ground, this is the 50 damage move. That's the 50 damage move. That move does 50 damage, and this is getting nerfed in the next update. But I'm gonna let you guys see it. Yeah, it's basically like a dick punch. But this is just a 50 damage combo that you can easily do. And once an opponent that is also 2.5 bars of health, it's automatically dead. It's automatically dead. You're done. You're done. There's nothing you can do. But with Revenge, it does 65 damage with Revenge, as you can see the damage indicator on the middle right of the screen. But we're going to move on to the other basics, and the last percent of easier basics is parrying. Parrying is useful for a lot of things. But I'm gonna go and pick a character that's easy to parry, so that way y'all guys can get used to it. Alright guys, I'll be back in just a moment. Okay guys, I am now back, and we're gonna move on to the basics of parrying. Even knowing that I changed my character to my actual Yoga Commander, but we're gonna move on to actually parrying and counter guard breaking. I know I didn't put this as the video, but we're gonna put it in there anyway. But the first basics now we're gonna move on is to parrying. Parrying is where if an opponent heavies you from the same guard, you have to press heavy button at the same exact time before their attack lands. And usually this can do some really good things, like max punishes, good chains, maybe a free light. From basically, there's two different parries. A light parry, you can get a free heavy. From a heavy parry, you can get a free light. But if you do a free or a light parry and get a heavy, this will be blocked. And if you do a heavy parry and do a free light, that will also be blocked. But that's all I'm going to tell you, the basics of parrying. We're going to move on to the counter guard breaking. Alright guys, we're going to move on to counter guard breaking now, which is very simple. You guard break. Alright. If an opponent guard breaks you, you can easily press the same button as your guard break button. If you press the same thing as your guard break button, it will easily go like this. Like that every single time. Your opponent will basically try to guard break you. You could just basically shove them away. Like, no, you don't get to touch me. But that is going to be the end of today's video here of For Honor's tips and tricks. This was a little bit of a mixture. I'm sorry that I didn't give the best advice for these tips and tricks videos. But for the harder characters, I will move on to, and once the hard characters come into the mix, that will be it. But if you guys want the hard characters video, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And this video is also recommended to TDG297, and this is recommended for other people that are new to the game. In my opinion, play the easier characters first. If you play the easier characters first, you can easily understand the basics of the game. And then once you basically learn the basics of the game, and you can move on to the harder characters that I'll post in my next video. But anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to hit the comment, like, subscribe, and if you want tips and tricks part 2, make sure to let me know in the comment section below. Catch you guys in another video. Goodbye.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far.